Peace, love, and royalty. Is Dana, she's queen, and I'm here with the video, and I'm just kind of talking a little bit about setbacks. I'm still trying to get used to like being on camera and talking without stuttering and, you know, making too many mistakes. So if I kind of stutter a little bit or look lost for words, then that's why. I've come into a lot of people in the holistic health community. I'll put the names of the channels that I've been watching as of lately, and it is mostly a masculine platform. You know, I'm not sure if a healthy alternatives channel, you know, features women, because I just ran across his channel this week, literally. I've only checked out a couple of his videos, but I haven't like scrolled all the way down to the bottom to see like what was his first video, like I do most channels before I subscribe. But I really like his platform. I really like, you know, the content and things that he gives. I learn a lot from his channel and just the information and the setups and how he does his interviews and who he has featured. You know, it's just really nice to see a brother that has, you know, accurate information and that's actually like being an example to the information that he's giving out, even though it's not his own information. Like he's had to do his research, but also him going through these processes himself, he's also, you know, that research that you're looking for as well, you know, and that's what I mean by being an example. So I really appreciate that. And then the other channel, I'll post his name here. I'm not sure how to pronounce the first name, but I ran across his channel as well too, and I like how he words things, and you know, it's just seeing different perspectives from people that have like minds. Like, they are where I want to be, but I know, you know, their journey is different, but they also had to go through temptations and go through symptoms and, you know, go through mental clearages and, you know, emotional clearages and also physical clearages. So, you know, just running up on those two platforms, you know, brought me to this video. Stop eating meat, and I'm pretty sure I say this often, but I stopped eating meat November 4th of 2015. And from the time of me stop eating meat, I always have struggled with dairy and seafood, and that's been the one thing that I've kind of gone back on. I know in my wellness journey video that I have posted, it's like my second video, I talk a lot, really like in depth, of my journey with, you know, being obese and, you know, any health problems that I've encountered along the way. But I just kind of want to briefly talk on this. Like, my eating habits were unhealthy. I had a really horrible, unhealthy relationship with food. I tried, you know, my mom caught me in the bathroom like throwing up once because I used to eat and then throw my food up because I wanted the taste, but I didn't want the calories and the, you know, negative consequences that came with eating that type of food. And mind you, I was about 12, 13, 14, somewhere along those lines. And I might have been younger than that, who knows, but I just know that ever since I can remember, I've always, you know, felt like my weight was an issue. I remember this thing called Fit Kids. You know, I got that book because it had like a really good diet plan. You know, I heard it was effective, and, you know, like I think I begged my mom to get that. I remember being borderline type 2 diabetic. I remember just going in the refrigerator, going in the kitchen and just binge eating, you know, an hour ago, and then in this hour I'm not even hungry, but the fact that I can, you know, have that cereal because I know that shit about to taste good, or I know I can go in the freezer and I can go get pancakes and sausage, and I can cook me a bunch of eggs, and I can cook me a bunch of grits, or I can get that rib from the cookout last week that's in the refrigerator with some baked beans and some macaroni and cheese. Like, I could just eat, and I'm a binge eater, and I get to the point where like once I see food on my plate, it's just like it has to be finished. There's no such thing as leaving any food on the plate to throw away, because I know if I throw it away later on when I get hungry, I'm gonna be like, damn, I should have just ate that extra piece of macaroni and cheese that was sitting on my plate. Like, I should have just ate that extra roll. But I said all that to say, like, I've been coming into a lot of those same habits, those same old unhealthy habits have started to creep back up in my life. And I say that they've kind of crept back up into my life is because when I first dedicated to changing my eating habits like drastically, or what most people will call drastically, which means like going vegan, going plant-based, you know, my discipline was no issue. Like, I had my setbacks in the beginning, but for the most part, it didn't carry on how my unhealthy eating habits like carried on. I had got to a point where I was really disciplined. You know, you couldn't pay me to eat, you know, any animal product or animal byproduct. You just couldn't pay me. But now it's like, I make up so many excuses for myself. I've come into a challenge, and that challenge being that temptation, those cravings of you really wanting something. When I get to challenges, I automatically, I kind of get fear. Like, fear kind of sets in, because it's just like, you know, dang, in my past, like, I'm always used to like tripping up, and, you know, I know like somewhere along the line, like, I'm making an excuse for myself, you know, and I'm just gonna give into it anyway. So right at that temptation, like, it's gonna keep eating. It's like gonna keep poking me and poking me and poking me and poking me and poking me until I get annoyed, where I'm just like, you know what, it's on my mind, so I'm just gonna go and get it. But then, as you just heard me say, you have to realize that it's really, temptation is really like a mental thing. Like, your mind and your body are one, but they're separate at the same time. But in this case, like, your mind is telling your body, or your body is telling your mind that I need this. This is what I want. Your taste buds, which is a part of your body, is like fiending for the things that you don't need. And I'm just learning that my journey isn't gonna be a piece of cake. Like, there are gonna be moments where, and excuse my daughter if y'all hear her game playing in the background, that's what I hear. But, you know, along my journey, I'm gonna have times where I feel like it's, you know, hard, that it's impossible, like, why am I doing this? And then I'm gonna have days where, you know, I'm able to be around whatever, whenever, no matter my mood, and not get tempted by the things that I've, you know, separated myself from. And I have to give myself time, because I don't feel like I give myself a chance, to be honest. And that's what I mean by when a challenge comes or when temptation comes, I just kind of give in, because I count myself out before I actually give myself a chance. And, you know, constantly, you know, going through fail after failed attempt of, you know, striving, you know, for my goal, which is to eat raw and to eat clean, or either to, you know, have 3 consistent days where I eat no processed food or junk, or even to go like, you know, a whole 24 hours without eating dairy. Like, these are little goals that I've set up, you know, for myself for the last year and a half. And, you know, I've just been at a constant failed attempt. And, you know, it gets really frustrating, because after you don't do what you didn't want to actually do, once you do that, you just have, you know, that boost, that energy, you bring that energy forth, where you're just like, you know, like, I'm not getting tempted, like, this my restart right here, like, I'm gonna do it regardless. Like, I'm gonna just keep in the front of my mind, like, why I'm doing it, and, you know, not let no distractions get to me and mess me up. But then, you know, in that moment, like, you're saying all of this while you're not tempted, but then when that moment comes where you're tempted, it's like everything that you said while you're not tempted kind of just like flew out the window, and you just like, I know what I said, but I'm gonna just do it this one time, and then, you know, I'm gonna be good. But then you'll notice, you, like me, you look a year and a half later down that road, and you're just like, you're still saying and doing the same thing. So I'm just to a point where, you know, even though setbacks are not, you know, ideal, they're not, you know, pleasant, I kind of look at it as a positive, because it's allowed me to see my weaknesses, it's allowed me to see my strengths, it's allowed me to be able to gauge and, you know, embrace the things that throw me off, and also embrace the things that have helped me. So, and what I mean by that, I know I sound confusing when I said that, but what I mean is it's just allowed me to see the root cause of why I do the things that I do. it's allowed me to make myself aware and present in that moment when I'm tempted, so that I'm able to change that negative thought of me just giving in and flip it into a positive thought. For instance, like really craving apple juice last night. I really wanted apple juice, and even though I messed up today and I should have just went and got the apple juice anyhow, see what I'm talking about, I just, you know, went to sleep. I remember a time my family was giving like these little cartons of grape juice. I just remember like thinking, like when I drink it, like how sweet it is. In that moment, I thought to myself, I was like, dang, I can drink this juice, but I can't go drink water. Like the same amount of juice that I poured and I'm guzzling down my throat. Like, why can't I have that same energy when it comes to water? So I had my jug of water down here. I hadn't, you know, had much water to drink today. So I was like, let me get my drink on, because, you know, I've been in the kitchen pouring like cups of grape juice and just downing that like it's nothing. But when it comes to water, like I can go all day without drinking something just because it's not sweet. It just goes to show that I'm trying to change my perspective and my mindset. Even though, like I said, the setbacks are unpleasant, I've kind of used them as a guide or a reference, so that I can, you know, in the further moving forward, change those habits, so that I don't keep cycling through the same patterns. So I just came to kind of speak on that about setbacks, and I just want to be able to give y'all really good information where y'all can learn from me, and not only learn from like the basic foundation information, but also learn from me as an example, and y'all can kind of, you know, tune in on my own personal journey and kind of use me as an example as well, because it's best when you have visuals and you also have physical information that you can go look up. So that was my video on setbacks. I think I kind of kept it as short as I needed to keep it. Thank you all for watching. Let me know down below, like, what are your biggest challenges that you are facing when it comes to eating better and having a better lifestyle. What are your challenges, or what are your strengths when it comes to eating and being disciplined? So let me know below, you know, your thoughts and ideas and opinions, and if you can relate to this video. So I'll see you all in another video. I have some more content for you guys, but for now, this is it. So peace, love, and royalty.